Oh, hi everybody. How you internet people, Facebook, YouTubers, all that kind of stuff. Welcome back to Mike's Magic Auto Detailing and Paint Enhancement here in sunny Sharpsburg, Georgia. Thank you everybody, thank you. See there's my official card. I don't know if y'all can see that or not out here. It's so bright out here. Whew. Okay, yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Hey, Mr. Moore. This is a new project. I took it in late yesterday afternoon, evening, after supper. Getting started on it today. Today, the Nissan Altima has gone back to its owner. This is a 1996 Nissan 240 SX. Pretty slick little car, nice little car. You crank that thing up, it sounds almost like a V8, 5-speed. The customer bought this car, he's put a bunch of money into it. Mechanically, it seems very nice. This paint job is an aftermarket paint job and not a very good one. And I'll show you in a minute, and I think you can kind of see the discolored areas even from here on the hood. I don't think they even put any clear coat on the hood. Mr. Clark, how you doing, brother? But we'll get to work with it and see what we can do. There's stuff all over this car. The paint's not in great shape for two reasons. It was not a good paint job to begin with, and my owner, he said he had to go out of the country for a year, and he left it sitting out in a friend's driveway all that time. So all that crap that has fallen over an extended period of time and has been baked on by days and days and days of sun is all on and in this paint, embedded, all kinds of stuff. And he said that he thinks that when they got to certain parts of the car, like the hood, they were running out of paint and they tried to stretch it and make it work. And I think he may be right. I mean, it looks like two different paint jobs when you go from this fender to the hood to me, and that happens on a couple other parts of the car. I'm not so sure about all that. Hey, Mr. Phil Pott, how are you, brother? But you know, sometimes I do the slide test with this refrigerator magnet. You know, I put it on some of these other cars. Hey, Jason, it slides off. Yeah, this paint is so bad. Yeah, you can't even hardly get it to come off. It's stuck. That magnet is stuck to that paint, buddy, because it's almost down to the metal. The paint thickness gauge, I went around the whole vehicle checking the thickness of the paint, and as you might imagine, the hood, very, very, very thin. There were certain places on this car the paint thickness gauge wouldn't even register at all. I'm not sure what that means, because there's obviously paint on it, and I've got to do the wheels and tires. I mean, I'll try to get up in this bright sunlight. I can't really tell what y'all are seeing. There's scratches, orange peel, contaminants, bonded and embedded. That's where that spotting is coming from. If you guys can see that at all, I don't know if you can, but those are dimples. When he brought the car to me yesterday, I took some chemical and removed those contaminants that were there, and once they were removed from the surface, what you were left with was these dimples, which means it embedded into the paint or clear coat, which clear coat is paint. It's just paint without pigment. And as you can see here, like I said, I don't know what you guys are seeing, those dark spots. That was what was over there when I removed it yesterday, and it left. And like I say, I don't know if y'all can see the scratches. This whole car is just scratched all to pieces. Love marks, I call them, from either improper washing methods or taking it through commercial car washes. So I'm going to be probably damp sanding this, as they call it, which is a little different from wet sanding. You just get your disc I'll be using a 3000 grit disc on an orbital and just getting it damp, and I will do this whole car with that. That is after I do the strip wash, the decon, the clay bar, and all that. Then I'll do that damp sanding, and then I'm going to do a thorough polishing, and we'll finish it up with a ceramic coating. He also wants me to restore, Jason, you're familiar with this, Mr. Philpott, the same product, basically the same technique as you did on your fender flares on this vent cowl here. It's not terrible, I've seen a lot worse, but he wants it back to black, which is the name of a popular product, which works okay, but it doesn't work as long as solution finish does. So I'll be doing the solution finish on this, some of the rubber and stuff, gaskets and all that kind of stuff. That spoiler, I don't know if y'all can see that spoiler that's underneath there. He wants that restored as well. Believe it or not, the headlights just need a good cleaning. They're actually glass, Jason. I hardly ever see glass headlights. But this year, Nissan was still putting glass headlights on their cars. Can you believe that? That spot there on the front bumper, of course there's nothing I can do about that. He said that's where somebody backed into him somewhere in a parking lot. These wheels and tires are pretty nasty. They'll get the usual treatments. Of course, you can see where there's some curb rash and that kind of stuff. These are painted wheels. Looks like a clear coat or maybe even a powder coat. I can't really tell for sure. It's got caliper covers on it, looks like to me, but those spots where the paint has been chipped off, there's nothing I can do about that. He can take them off and repaint them if he wants to. I don't do painting. But you can see they're nasty, nasty, nasty. I got to do the interior as well, which the interior is not that bad. And I'll be restoring all this trim around on both sides. You can see it's, get up here, you can see the nastiness there. That'll have to be scrubbed off. And all these gaskets, everything. The spoiler is in bad shape. He told me just to take it off, put it in the trunk, because he's going to put a different type of spoiler on it anyway, which I would probably have to take it off because these are so close down, you can't get it underneath there really to clean or to polish, so you have to take them off anyway to do a thorough job. But he said take it off and just put it in the trunk, don't even worry about it. I was like, okay. The 12-ounce bottle. Ah, yeah, see what happens, Jason? See what happens? Oh, man. Yeah, buddy. There was, I can't tell who's making that comment about another car in the driveway. That was probably that Nissan Altima I was doing. Took me about a week. I took it back to the customer this morning. So it's gone. That's my car sitting there. This is the project car. And Sally's already starting to grumble because she knows when this car pulled up, it's only going to be a day or so before this one will go in the garage, which is heated and air conditioned, and her little butt will be right back outside again. Yeah, it happens, don't it, Jason? Don't it? And I'll show you some of the stuff I have assembled here for working on the wheels and tires. A couple soft, very soft bristle brushes. Those are for wheels. I've got my drill brush ready for the tire. That's my foaming sprayer, which some of you guys have seen in action before in some of my previous videos. One of the few foaming sprayers available on the market. That is probably the top rated one in the world. It's a Marolex, M-A-R-O-L-E-X 2000. Only one place in the United States you can get one, and that's out of Dallas Paint Correction. I told you about them people, Jason Philpott. I gotta be careful, I'm watching. There's two Jasons watching. You have to order it from him. He's a sole distributor. Sole distributor. All right. So I'll be foaming those, and maybe I'll come back and show you guys once again. I like the foam when I through the tires and stuff, because you spray foam on there and the foam clings and gives those chemicals a chance to work. When you use a liquid tire cleaner or wheel cleaner, you spray it on, hell, half of it runs off on the ground and dries before it gets a chance to really work. The foam stays put, stays there long enough to give it a chance to activate and do its job. And I've got a couple of real soft wheel brushes here. This is a very soft one. It's called a Wheel Woolly. That one's got a little bit different brushes. This is one you can get in behind the wheelbarrows and a bunch of other stuff there if I need it. And of course, one of my power washers. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff, ain't it, Jason? That guy, he knows his business. He knows his business. I've actually talked to him in person a couple times, Jason. A heck of a nice guy. Heck of a nice guy. Alrighty then. But anyway, I'm going to get started on this bad boy, and I'll try to catch all up as much as I can as I move along. I do appreciate you guys tuning in and being with me here. I appreciate each and every one of you that take the time to join me on here. I know most of you are very busy. And if you have a question or a comment, please leave it down below or PM me or whatever with your comments, your accolades, your criticisms, your questions. It doesn't matter to me. Just do something. All right, folks. I'm going to get busy now. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you again.